Hey everybody, this is Nancy Norbeck with this week's Creative Pep Talk. And this week I want to talk to you about something that I honestly can't believe we've never talked about before, and that is structure. Structure is a word that if you identify as a creative person, and I put it that way because we're all creative people, but some people seem to be more aware of it than others, and I don't want to leave anybody out. If you identify as a creative person, structure is very, very, very likely to put your hackles up instantly. Creative people do not like structure. And the reason that they don't like it is because they feel like it's a limitation. They feel like, I want to be able to do whatever I want whenever I want to do it. And if you tell me that I have to do certain things at certain times or, in certain ways, then I'm not going to be as creative as I would be otherwise. Now, there are creative people who know better than this, so fair credit where that's due. But I want to explain why that's actually wrong. And before I do that, I want to be absolute in full disclosure. I am totally with those people who don't like structure. I resist structure with the very, very, very best of them. But I also know that I'm wrong. And part of the reason that I thought of this topic for us is that over the holidays, I really noticed how much I need structure. I was just a totally lazy slug because I didn't have anything that I had to do. And as a result, I got nothing done. Even the things I really wanted to get done, I may have gotten a little bit done, but not very much because I was just, I don't want to do structure. I don't want to do the thing because I don't have to do the thing. So why am I doing the thing? Right? Does this sound familiar? Because it very well might. The thing is that having a structure, as much as we may resist it, helps us get stuff done. It tells our brains that there is a certain time for this thing. For some of us, that is as simple as it's Monday morning and it's 7:30 and I have to leave to go to my job. And when I go to my job, then things get done at my job, right? Because there's a structure and there's a reason for being there. And so things happen. The same thing is true if you decide to take a class, right? Taking a class is a great way to get your creative stuff done. You take a painting class, you're probably going to paint when you show up at that class. And especially because you have probably exchanged money for that class, you're more motivated to go than you might be if you didn't. So structure has a purpose. Structure is actually our friend, even though we want to resist it because we want to be free to do the things that we want to do. Well, the irony is structure is a great way to actually free you up to do those things. And that actually applies to how you do them too. The famous story in writing circles is that there is at least one novel that was written entirely without the letter E as a challenge. That's a form of structure. It's a limitation. And so when you put that kind of structure and limitation on yourself, you can actually free yourself up to do better work because now instead of having infinite options, your options are limited and therefore easier to see. I know that may sound strange to you if you've never encountered this concept before, but I really urge you to give it a try, especially if you're having trouble with your New Year's resolutions, like we talked about last time. This is another piece that can really, really help you get them done, is to create that structure for yourself. That can be hard because a lot of the time we want to ignore limits that we set for ourselves. But give it a whirl. Start with something small. Start with something small and easy. Small steps applies here as much as anywhere else. See what happens. I think you'll find that it's actually easier to get to the things you want to do when you build a structure around them. So let me know how it goes, as always. And with that, I'll see you next time.